Shanti. Maintain the awareness that I am bestower. Baba is the ocean, unlimited, but also bestower. And it is like Baba that I have to be a bestower constantly. Bestowing is receiving and receiving forever. Through our eyes, vibrations, always bestow. Then as a great soul, you are bestowing blessings to everyone. And everyone will give respect. So just maintain awareness of being a master bestower. Om Shanti.
हसरत है हमारी बाबा कर दो वो पूरी आके मिल जाओ प्यारे बाबा हम बच्चों से आके मिल जाओ प्यारे बाबा हम बच्चों से आके
संचित अर्थात सर्वपर्सन चित्त से न्यारा कोई पर्सन नहीं होगा पर्सन होगा क्यों क्या कैसे ये सब समापन तो ऐसे पर्सन चित्त बने हो कि अभी भी कभी कभी कोई पर्सन उठता है ये क्या है ये क्यों है ये कैसे होगा कब होगा है पर्सन उठता है चाहे मन में चाहे दूसरे से पर्सन चित हो या पर्सन चित हो कभी पर्सन चित कभी पर्सन चित क्या है वैसे गायन है अप्राप्त नहीं कोई वस्तु ब्राह्मणों के खजाने ये किसका गायन है किस ब्राह्मणों का गायन है किसका है आता है या दूसरे आने वाले हैं नहीं आप ही हो तो जब कोई अप्राप्ति होती है ना अप्राप्ति असंतुष्टता का कारण अपना अनुभव देखो कभी भी मन असंतुष्ट होता है तो कारण क्या होता है कोई न कोई अप्राप्ति का अनुभव करते हो तब असंतुष्टता होती तो गायन तो है अप्राप्त वस्तु, तो ये अब का गायन है या विनाश के समय का? विनाश के समय संपन्न हो जाएंगे कि अभी होना है? अभी या अभी हो जाएंगे? अभी होना है। अच्छा, होना है या है? जो समझते हैं कि हम सदा प्रसन्नचित्त रहते हैं, कभी भी किसी भी बात में, चाहे अपने संबंध में, चाहे दूसरों के संबंध में भी वर्षण नहीं उठता, सदा संतुष्ट। ऐसे संतुष्ट आत्माएं कितनी होंगी? बहुत है। अच्छा, जो समझते हैं सदा प्रसन्न रहते हैं, चाहे माया कितना भी हिलाए, लेकिन हम नहीं हिलते, माया को हिला देते। माया नमस्कार करती, हम नहीं हिलते हैं, हम अंगत है। माया हार जाती, लेकिन हम विजयी हैं। ऐसे है वो, हाथ उठाओ, सदा शब्द याद रखना, कभी कभी वाले नहीं। बहुत थोड़े कोटों में कोई है, टीचर्स तो है ना, लेकिन क्वेश्चन मार्क उठता तो है ना। क्वेश्चन मार्क डिक्शनरी से निकल जाए, हलचल भी हो, और कंप्यूटर चलाते हो ना, तो उसमें आता है ना, तो आपके बुद्धि रूपी कंप्यूटर में किसी समय भी चलाओ तो फुल स्टॉप की मात्रा आवे, क्वेश्चन मार्क, आश्चर्य की मार्क खत्म। इसको कहा जाता है सदा प्रसन्नचित्त।
बड़ी मन भावनी मुरली, प्रेम से प्राणों को सींचे, रसीली तान की ये डोर आपकी ओर ही खींचे, आपकी ओर ही खींचे, रूहानी स्नेह का जादू आपकी मीठी बातों में, रूहानी स्नेह का जादू आपकी मीठी बातों में।
Om Shanti. With the feeling of being an instrument and being humble, construct the new world. Constantly giving is a form of receiving for all time. Brahma Baba lowered himself so humbly. He was such a server and served with so much humility that he was even ready to massage the children's feet. He always felt that the children are ahead of him and could give better lectures than he could. He never put himself first. He always put the children first. He always let them go first and considered them to be senior. Because he did this, he didn't put himself down, but in fact, became even more elevated. This is known as being a number one worthy server. To give respect to others and keep yourself humble is a sign of having mercy for others. This form of constantly giving becomes a form of receiving for all time. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti. Welcome to Avyakt Parivar. Today is day 24. With the feeling of being an instrument and being humble, construct the new world. Today's topic, constantly giving, is a form of receiving for all time. Now we will listen to Mohini Didi.
Om Shanti. Everyone okay? Everyone's good wishes were like the wings for the angel. Hmm. Angel has the wings, right? So it was everyone's good wishes, and it's the love makes everything very, very easy. Hmm. Whenever Baba speaks to us, we listen very carefully, but same time we go inside and see what Baba is telling us. Do I have questions or I'm always happy? It's only when there is something is lacking that is lack of contentment. So of course, thinking about all the attainments from Baba and being content. So we have to find answers. One point which had stayed with me, and I'm trying not only to use it, but to practically try to witness in that way, that it's a game. Game is being played, but also many times Baba says that Maya will interfere. So that means even if you give whatever the situation is or problem is to Baba, but in a very subtle way, some thoughts do come, and that's Maya, right? Fear might come, concerns might be there, very, very subtly. So for me, when I'm listening to Baba, I always observe myself. Am I light and happy, pleasant, very pleasant, and talking, saying, in the mood also very pleasant. In other words, it's kind of carefree too. So we use all the points of knowledge. It's Baba's task, it's Baba who does it, Baba who's responsible. But still we carry little burden. So it's a very good point that we have to practice, and Baba is unlimited like ocean, right? So he always gives us, bestows us, and is Shiv Baba. Then Brahma Baba also is Master Ocean. Day and night, Baba is saying giving is taking forever. It is only when you are forever that you could give. Like sun shines clouds come in front. So darkness is not that sun stops giving light, but it is covered by clouds. There is sun and you close the curtains of your room, there won't be any sun. But sun hasn't stopped giving. So with us, like we find someone is not showing acknowledgement or as if they are being receiving. So I say, okay, I shouldn't think of them. I shouldn't give good wishes to them. But if that is what I am, the embodiment of always thinking good about others. So if you are embodiment, you will give, right? So it's a very, very subtle point. And of course, we need to again observe ourselves that does it happen sometimes I change my attitude towards someone or my mood becomes like fluctuates. And then I say, okay, I have to love this one, but not really properly, right? So that is why it meant that when you are giving, you are receiving. Both ways, like when I think of I have to give, so you have to be full, right? So you are giving yourself first and then to others. Giving others, by that you are receiving for the self forever. Very interesting balance between inculcation and service. So for tomorrow, our homework is constantly giving. Constantly giving is the form of receiving for all the time. Baba said, Brahma Baba lowered himself so humbly. He was such a server and served with so much humility that he was even ready to massage children's feet. So giving respect actually increases your self-respect. So Baba used to mention at that time the specialities of many children. And he used to mention the names sometimes. This one's lectures are very good. This one is loved by everyone. This one does this special service. And we all, I think most of us, those who heard those for one's own self, I found they have become blessings. So same is with us. Not only for one's own self, but for others also. When we look at their speciality and we describe that, it becomes blessing for that soul. But also I receive, right? So receiving all the time and then giving comes from being embodiment. And I think we want to become complete. We want to be the embodiment. Now, if you are doing something only intellect based, not embodiment, then you will be tired. You will change. Yesterday, someone asked a very interesting question. What is loving intellect? So intellect generally is a logic. This one didn't, why should we do this happen? Why should intellect will work that way? But first you immerse the love in intellect, and then you think. Your thinking will be different. But when it is, Baba says, Preet Buddhi, other is Vipreet, who is not thinking in love, will not be victorious. Because it is the power, the strength in the soul of that love is for Baba, for the souls, for the self, will give the capacity to that one to serve or to face whatever the situation is. There is power. So I have to keep increasing that power. So recognition of others is not lowering, make yourself low, but actually that increases your self-respect. So Baba says, Baba always felt, but also described the children are ahead of him and could give better lectures than he could. He never put himself first. He always said that the children are first. He always let them go first and considered them to be senior. In the sense of, oh, you do this better, you do this better. Because he did this, he didn't put himself down, but in fact became even more elevated. This is known as being number one worthy server. Definition of true server, where souls are touched and they receive. To give respect to others and keep yourself humble is a sign of having mercy for others. The form of constantly giving becomes the form of receiving for all the time. And heart, you have to have trust, but also generosity, that giving is receiving. And of course, we believe it, but maybe only intellectually. But tomorrow is the day for us to practice, look into that, observe yourself, and see that if you are able to give and you experience receiving forever. Om Shanti. Mm. Mm.
Hello, Didi.
Hello, hello.
Welcome back.
Thank you.
Many happy returns to the US of A and to dear Bhumi Ben too. Did you miss us?
I mean, I thought you all will be there, but I didn't see it. So I thought maybe you all want to go for a longer time or some other time.
Yeah, for sure. But I'm just thinking for the whole of Avyakti Parivar, although we had your presence, of course, but wondering if you missed us not having the sessions in the evening.
Definitely. Because I always find that being with the family, churning, revising points, it's really very good before going to bed and by end of the day to do this. And that is what I think I did miss the family. But I know family wouldn't have missed me, right?
But because we did see, of course, all of your various presentations, but did any small group get an opportunity to spend time with you and to churn? I sometimes miss that.
Yeah, what happened that, there were thousands and thousands of people and whole place was, and some or other, it was raining also on day of inauguration. So everyone was in the house somewhere trying to take the shade but so it was late by the time because I told them I will give Toli Drishti to everyone because this is the only time I could meet them. They said it will take 2 hours. I said, doesn't matter. I would want to do that. So we gave Toli blessings. So by the time it was very late, then we had lunch. But still we had a chance. So there was question, should we meet Nivasis? Should we meet the main instruments? So then there was suggestion that we meet instruments and we call it heart-to-heart conversation,
Mhm.
just to see how we doing. And very interesting questions came up more on relationships, that if there are two opinions, two ideas, how to compromise, whom we should think that we should weigh in more, and also knowing that the sanskars of someone or someone says, I have limited capacity, I can only do very, very interesting. And then in the end, all the brothers of all the Nivasis came. And I was so amazed to see the hard work which was being done. I don't know how long they had done, but Jantiben told us that they have 300 sevadaris from different places.
Mhm.
300 had to stay, had to eat, but the way they were serving was amazing. And then I saw many, many many old Brahmins, and I was happy to see them. But then also there were, like uh, every center had some people, they were 2,000 plus tolis were distributed. And then they gave them quite a nice pack of food. And it was all packed in a covered plate, but including was a brown bag, and they had put in the bag. So white bag was for vegan and brown bag was for regular food. A lot of vegan. We also, when we took toli, half of that was vegan toli. So
Wow.
because a lot of people these days are vegan. So they were tireless, and yeah, but they were very happy,
Oh,
you
I'm
know.
so pleased that it wasn't just the big gathering you were in front of, but that the residents in that got a chance to interact with you too.
But also next morning, there was Murli in the big tent, and I told them, but that's not, you are so far, and why can't we meet in a hall? So there were 80, 90 who stayed on, others had to go for doing something, and we all came in the hall and had very, very good sharing, drishti, and again toli, and whatever few words anyone had to say. So that was another good in the morning, right? And then,
Mm.
of course, there were few visitors and few doctors, few of them, meeting them. And then by the time it was lunchtime, and then evening there was program from 5 to 7, but I had to leave by 5:20. So I
Yeah.
just went and said hello, and so many, many opportunities, including all the instruments will come in the room for 2 minutes, 5 minutes. So met everyone. Yeah. Mm.
Great. When you were offering Bob two things. One, I'm teasing you and asking you if you missed us, but sometimes there's a feeling, does Baba not miss us? In terms of when he would come and watching, I think I was at that the Murli that's being shown, and seeing Daddy G and everything, and Baba coming. Does he never convey that he misses meeting us in the way that he used to used to meet us?
Once or twice Baba had said that Baba cannot live without children.
Yeah.
So Baba is for children. See, without Baba's presence in each one's life, we wouldn't have been here. So it's like just kind of feeling. When I look at Baba, I always feel as if his eyes are waiting to meet my eyes, So I think that Baba, I can't say he misses us, but he keeps our presence also with him.
Mm.
That
No, sorry, go ahead.
No, that's what I feel, that he creates our presence all the time.
Yeah, no, I know that he's always available. And earlier on, before the 7:30 meditation, and you were sharing that story about Baba getting you to come to Madhaban. Now, at that time, there might have been only half as many people listening, because maybe I'm not sure if you were speaking in Hindi. Anyway, I was getting a translation. But where you were telling that story about Baba getting you to come to Madhaban to meet the journalist, and I was wondering if that's the same story Daddy Janki tells.
Yeah.
about you would have been totally innocent,
Yeah, Daddy Janki was there, and I didn't even know. I knew Daddy Janki, but I didn't know much, because our area, Delhi and all that, was Didi Manmohini. And Bombay and other areas were Dadi Prakashmani, and Dadi Janki was in Pune. So I didn't know her that much, but like she used to hear a lot about me.
Yeah.
Because at that time, few of us, we were new and little bit more talented. But so she always shared that story.
Yes.
Because there were 22 journalists coming. So I don't know what way they thought, but they invited me to talk to them, address them. And after that, I had been doing, whenever there was press conference, or in Madhuban, there were one time 80 journalists come first time. So Jagdish Bhai was with me. But sometimes some get into argument, and sisters generally don't, right?
Yeah.
So they could explain more than arguing. Because Baba always says no point to try to prove.
Right.
You say what is right? You don't prove. But sometimes while conversation, some become very argumentative. And that is not really good image of us, These days it's really, you say what is truth, you say it humbly, politely, and that will touch or even reject it, but at least it will leave some beautiful feelings on that person. That's what I notice.
Yeah, I've noticed that too. And especially if, as you say, it's sisters, that there's more openness to what the sisters saying, Was there a result from that meeting with all those journalists?
Because what happens that kind of we were new after partition in Delhi. We were not much known. There were a lot of negative publicity was carrying from the past of leaving home and, so many stuff. And so they needed some clarification of what they hear. And and luckily, my all Lokik family was in favor. They were supporting Yagya, even they were not in Gyan in the beginning. So that was plus point too, that I could say that you are not asked to leave home. But if under circumstances, two ways. One, if I am free, I say, well, why can't I leave home and family and serve? Other is when you are restricted to an extent that You don't have freedom even to go and attend classes. So naturally, they would say, rather I leave. So explaining definitely helps. One time there were 85 of them, big press conference in Abu, in meditation hall. Again, lot of questions about knowledge, about Brahma Baba, about Yagya, about from where money comes, general questions.
Yeah. And why
Not
women? Why women?
why women, yeah.
Yeah.
Because
And
now they are happy, but still there are some, they necessarily don't like women leadership. And they don't say it, but I think it's quite a good percentage who recognize now the women leadership. Right?
for
And
sure.
one time, 2, 3 VIPs, many went, but they went and they were walking in the history hall. And when they were walking, in history hall on the floor, they have little bit foam. On the foam, they have sheet. So
Right.
when they were walking, they say, this is sisters. Sisters. If it was brothers, it would have been only a car, not foam. So every step they were walking, oh, this is the feminine energy. This is feminine energy. We getting all this food because mothers are cooking. It's like they were, every step they were seeing in this organization, whatever is happening is the feminine energy. So it's like they start feeling mothers, sisters, it becomes very different.
Mm. In today's Murli, again, I sometimes wonder who's more humble, God or Brahma Baba?
I think that he's following God, no?
He's following God. Okay, that's a nice answer. And so today he's saying that the mother can't be incorporeal.
Yeah,
And so again, this is a big secret. In other words, can you really say that you've recognized God if you haven't recognized Brahma Baba as the mother?
because only, let's say when child is born, mother will introduce child to father,
Right.
right? That this is your father. So Brahma Baba, why cannot be incorporeal mother? Because I have to be born, I have to be adopted. I'm adopted by corporeal, not incorporeal. But father is incorporeal. So then corporeal Brahma introduce us to the father, and then father also start talking about mother, this is
Yes.
your mother. So it's really both, mother
Yeah.
and father introduced mother. And then we came to know both, and then we said mother, father, or we said Bab Dada. It's a very interesting if we all go to early days when we came, how step by step we were becoming closer to Brahma Baba, recognition of Shiv Baba. That's the childhood experience. And even now, when I look at Brahma Baba, I always say you are mother and father. But also when I look at Shiv Baba, I say mother and father.
Yeah.
But it is
Yeah.
both.
It is very, very interesting. It's
That's
a
why Baba
favorite
says
point of mine.
everyone cannot understand.
Yeah.
Only those who are children can understand
Right.
what Baba is saying.
Yeah. So to try to explain, you can't even begin to try to explain this to a journalist because there's no way they can comprehend it.
No, because they were seeing Brahma Baba as
Yeah.
the in charge or founder or everything.
Yeah.
I think that it's not question of not recognizing, but holds the sustenance which goes on in Yagya is parent sustenance. If you go to Guru's ashram and you come to parents' ashram, in Madhuban, there is a lot of difference.
Lot of difference.
And you could feel that there is mother also. It's not only master or guru,
Mm,
but it is mother and father.
yeah.
It's a very comforting feeling when people go to Madhuban because they are
Mhm.
being sustained by parents, right? Who's,
Instant, you're the child. Yeah.
yeah, and whosoever is responsible or instrument, but the feeling in general is really of parents sustaining us.
Yeah. This is a little bit of a silly question, but it popped in my head today and seeing Daddy G again on the screen. That Baba called her Kamarka and he called Daddy Janki Janak. What did he call Didi?
Didi, Baba used to call her when she was Didi. Baba used to call Didi.
Really?
Yeah,
But he didn't
Didi,
call anybody else Didi?
no call Didi, no. See, there Didi was an official title, not these days. These
Yeah.
days, anyone little older, they will call Didi. But
Yeah.
that time, there was only one Didi.
There was only one
And
Didi.
after that, in Delhi, it's a very common, you call Didi, everyone Didi. Some places they call sister, but
Yeah.
it's only one Didi, one
How did
Dadi.
Baba address you?
Sometimes Mohini, sometimes Mohan.
Oh, interesting. So he saw you as a son as well, huh?
Yeah, because he said
Oh,
the son brings income, so you are very good.
oh, amazing. That's amazing. Yeah. So our time's up, and I haven't gotten to ask you yet about maybe we take it up later, but this thing of um, being humble and being my own cheerleader, if you like, being a fan of myself. And I think many people maybe don't have enough regard for themselves. They might be able to praise others or see others, but they may not, um, see themselves.
Yeah, because they themselves seeing themselves. If they see you, the self through Baba's drishti, they will
Mhm.
know what are their specialties.
Good,
No,
good.
there is this song, Why God Loves Me. So if
Yes.
you can find, and Baba loves me because of this, or Baba loves me because of that, that
Yeah.
will increase the self-respect, self-recognition also. And that's my part I have to play.
I remember you saying once, and it struck me, and it was to do with like when there's defamation or criticism or whatever else. And what you said very simply was, but how Baba sees me. That's the important thing, isn't it? But we can sometimes get caught up in how others see us or don't see us and forgetting how does Baba see me? What's Baba's
It's
vision?
like now someone asked me that the students don't like, or whatever. I said for me, whenever anyone even subtly shows me that I shouldn't be here, I say, okay, I can leave today. But if Baba tells me,
Yeah.
because
Or,
he sent me, he kept me here. And then same day or few days after, Baba said, you just sit there as Dadi Janki sitting in London. And after that, even so many people, New York is hard, New York. He said, but Baba has asked me to sit, he will take care of me. And he is taking care of us.
I'm
What
very happy that he put you here. So, and I know others are too. So I know we're a little over, but again, welcome back, Didi.
Manda wrote a very nice note, kind of expressing her feelings. So I don't know who went. Very beautifully, she's describing what her experience was, or because I feel like kind of like I'm mother for them or big sister for
Yeah,
them.
I
And
know that.
I need to support
Yes.
everyone, all
Yeah.
main instruments or whosoever, because that's why I made effort. I said no, even that I must go, I
For sure.
must be there, and then I think it worked very well. But she sent a beautiful note. Bhumiben,
Are you going to share it?
yeah, we can share.
All
Very
right.
very beautiful.
Thank you.
Okay, Vadiban, thank you.
Okay. Om
Yes,
Shanti.
we definitely would have enjoyed more if you were there.
I kind of was.
Hmm.
Right, Bhumi.
Okay, she is reading.
Vadiban, can you read?
Sure, okay. You came ever so quietly and left even more quietly. You brought with you a blend of all our divine ancestors, the quietness, the all-seeingness of Daddy Gulzar, the resolve, the determination, the tirelessness of Janki Daddy, the smile, the vision of belonging of Bari Daddy, the humor and Ruhani Ramita of Jagdish Bhai, the pinpointedness of Ramesh Bhai, the Gambhirta of Ishu Daddy, and much, much more. You reminded us, both with spoken and unspoken word, of all that is true, original, and important. How can we give thanks other than to do what Baba wants us to do? Beautiful. Oh, I'm not sure. Do you want us on or off? Yeah, beautiful qualities. Yeah, this is
Okay.
love, Penny Ben. This is love.
Yeah. When I hear all that, then I try to look into and see, I make sure that those qualities are more in the self and express,
Mm-hmm.
But love in Brahmin family is so important. And love is the one which really sustains. I saw those little Kumars grown up. And
Yeah.
so interesting to see. Some became very old, some have become adults, and very interesting. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Om
Okay, Om Shanti. Thank you again.
Om Shanti.
Om Shanti Avyakti Parivar. Thank you, Didi, and thank you, Vadiban. It's always nice to have you all. Thank you. So now tomorrow is Tuesday and our schedule from Amritwala 3:30 a.m. to 4:45 a.m. Evening Avyakt English Murli revision from 5 to 6 p.m. Meditation will start at 6 p.m. followed by Hindi series, meditation commentary by Didi, English series, and Avyakti journey. So now let's do our Avyakt Murli. Welcome to Avyakti journey. Avyakt Murli is from 1969, speaking to the heart of an angel.
Om Shanti. This is the Avyakt Murli of the 29th of April, 1971. The method to pass the unlimited paper. Is today the end of the bhakti, or is it the beginning of the practical paper of the bhakti? Where are you going now? Are you going to the examination hall or to your own places? When you consider yourselves to be going to the examination hall, you will be able to pass the practical paper. Do not think that you are going to your homes. No. Having completed a very big course, you are now going to the examination hall to take the highest paper. Whilst you are studying at a center, it is like studying in a school. However, when you take direct training and are studying with Bap Dada and the instrument Maharathis in Madhuban, the land of blessings, you should consider yourself to be a student of a college or a university. There is a difference between a paper given at a school and a paper given in a university. And there is also a difference in the study. So, to take training in this bhakti means to become a university student. So you're now going to take a paper of the study of the university. You only attain a status after studying at a university. In the same way, only those who pass the practical paper of the bhakti receive a status and stage for the present time and for the future. So do not think this to be a common aspect. Although you may have been studying at a center, and you may also have been taking papers, this is a paper set by the university. If after having been stamped by Bap Dada and also having had the tilak applied by Bap Dada, someone fails in the practical paper, what happens? The stain of having failed is left for birth after birth. Therefore, if you have any sanskars of failing, or if you feel your behavior to be like this, then before you go, finish that stain and behavior or sanskar of weakness today, so that you do not fail when you go to take a paper in the examination hall. Do you understand? You have taken that paper. That is easy, but the final number or final marks are only given after the practical paper. So transform both your consciousness and vision before you go from here. What should you have in your consciousness? I am taking a paper at every second. What should you have in your vision? Baba, the teacher, is teaching me. And I, the one who is studying, the soul, am a student. By going from here, having transformed your consciousness, attitude, and vision, you will not fail, but you will pass fully. So do not consider the bhakti to be an ordinary thing. Keep this stamp and tilak from the bhakti with you always. Just as the certificate from a university enables you to get a job and enables you to attain a status, in the same way, keep this stamp and tilak of the bhakti with you all the time in a practical way. This is the greatest certificate of all. Those who do not have a certificate are not able to attain a status. Similarly, this too is a certificate. It is a certificate for the present and future attainment and success. A certificate is always carefully looked after. Through carelessness, you may lose it. Therefore, never be influenced by Maya and allow carelessness into your effort. Otherwise, you will think that you have a certificate, but Maya Ravan will have stolen it. Just as thugs of today and even pickpockets do everything in such a clever way so that externally you're not aware of anything, but the pocket is quietly emptied. In the same way, if you bring carelessness into your effort, then Ravan will quietly steal your certificate and you will not be able to attain a status. Therefore, attention. Do you understand? Acha, we will continue tomorrow.
Om Shanti. Om Shanti.